columnist, National Review writer Caroline Downey, and Fox News contributor Paul Mauro. Great to have you both.
Hello.
I thought, Mamdani has had basically a month of free reign, but then the press starts to pay a little bit more attention, and this is what happened yesterday. Call for one.
I think we're done here.
Channel 7,
we're going to go. Come on.
We haven't had a chance to
We're wrapping up. Sorry, folks.
Okay.
We're wrapping up. I'm so sorry, guys.
Sorry. Can we just talk about this notion that
He's like, sorry, I'd love to stay and take questions, but my staff doesn't trust me, so I have to have the trumpet pull me off.
Which I think is fair that they don't trust him because, as was previously stated, he doesn't have management experience, he doesn't have business experience, and he clearly didn't even bother to consult anyone in the business community before he proposed policies that would run their capital, innovation, prosperity out of town. And once they flee for the hills, who's going to pay for the socialism? 2% tax increase on the wealthiest individuals. That was always pie in the sky, and I want to see him grilled very hard on all of the economics because I think that's where he's most vulnerable.
All right, we'll get to that. Dave Portnoy, he's got a way with words. Here's what he said yesterday with Stuart Varney.
It's a very scary time. I can't believe that this guy may be the mayor. This is one of the worst, scariest candidates. He calls himself a democratic socialist. He's not. He's a socialist. He's closer to a communist. He said it. He's on the record saying he wants to put as many socialists in power so he can seize the means of production.
So he says, I can't believe the guy may be mayor. He may be mayor. He might be mayor. He could be mayor. What's your sense of the field right now?
Well, right now, if you ask me to bet my pension, he will be mayor because we have a circular firing squad going on among the candidates here in New York City, and the latest polling has him solidly ahead. And we really have a thunderdome of egos going on here because I don't see any of them dropping. I know Cuomo has said he will. Let me plug Jim Walden a little bit. I had him on the radio when I did Jimmy Fallon at Fox Across America, and Jim came in and he explicated, we broke it. His plan is that everybody should agree on a poll. As late September, early October, whoever's in the lead under that poll is the candidate. The rest drop out and pledge their support to that candidate. And shockingly, Cuomo seems to be on board with this. Adams is the outlier. And then, of course, you have the Republican Curtis Sliwa. If you can get down to one main candidate that's opposing Mamdani, even if Sliwa stays in, and I know Curtis a bit, full disclosure, and I love the guy, he's all about public safety, but I think even if he's in, he gets ostracized. He's the Republican, he's a Democrat town. If you can get down to one, Cuomo or Adams, you can beat
I
Mamdani.
add to that? This is what I'm hearing behind the scenes. There's heavy Republican pressure on Curtis Sliwa to get out.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it has a chance. There's also pressure on Adams to get out if they can offer him the right job.
Yeah.
If he drops.
Who, the Trump administration?
Yeah, the implication is that.
It could be, and if that's the case, you could get to that one-on-one contest. Bear in mind, in the Democratic primary in New York, the hardcore vote is about 10% of the electorate. A lot of other people stay home. Would that be different in general?
You know, I think that Mamdani has gotten every vote he's going to get, but that can be enough in the general, as we saw in Bill de Blasio's second term. So you can't just say, okay, well, now we're going into the general, it's going to be different. Those very committed voters, as you say, are the ones who can put them over the top, and that's how we got 8 years of de Blasio.
Let's broaden this out just a little bit beyond New York City, because this is my contention that the Mamdani characteristics and the policies and the ideas are very sellable to younger people across the country. Not everyone thinks like you do, Carol.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
Affordability, he was the only guy really emphasizing
That's right.
that. Cuomo didn't talk about it. Adams didn't talk about it. And they're supposed to be the New York born and raised veterans. And they never mentioned that. My generation really cares about being able to afford cost of living. But zooming out here as well, Democratic strategists like James Carville are trying to cope with Mamdani, saying, oh, but there's moderate Democrats in other districts that win. It's not just the radicals. But I think the big problem here is that the squad still sets the agenda.
Yep, they do.
They still set the perception of the party. He's talking to AOC. He's talking to Hakeem Jeffries, Mamdani is, and I think they still bully the party to go more extreme. That's bad news.
Great to have you both kicking us off
Yes,
today.
well done, Caroline. Well done, Paul.
Great to see you
Thank
both.
you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.